Hey everyone, today it's all about the chocolate chip cookie. But today I'm going to show you my chocolate chip recipe that is thin, it's crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside. Now there are a lot of chocolate chip cookie recipe videos out there on YouTube, but this video is geared towards those that have never made chocolate chip cookies before or never baked before and they want it to be easy. And my chocolate chip cookie is as easy as it gets. All you need is one spatula or a spoonula, and if you must, your bare hands. But don't tell anybody. And finally, just one bowl and that's it. Okay, now my biggest recommendation for making chocolate chip cookies is that you should get the best quality ingredients that you can possibly get, because everybody has their favorite bakery shop where they buy their own, where they buy their chocolate chip. And I guarantee you those shops, they most likely use high quality butter, high quality chocolate, and that's why they get to charge you like an arm and a leg for it. Because chocolate chip cookies is not a whole lot of ingredients, right? If you think about it. So the flavors will be really pronounced, right? So the butter, chocolate chip, and even the vanilla extract, and especially the eggs. Always use fresh eggs when possible. All right, so let's get started. Right here I have 1 cup of unsalted melted butter. I put this in a microwave on the lowest setting for a couple of minutes, and I don't want to microwave it until it's too warm, okay? Okay, so on to my first key tip on how I make my chocolate chip cookies. So for this recipe, you don't need to cream butter and sugar together. Creaming butter and sugar is basically used for making like cakes because you need more volume. Cakes are high, right? So I prefer using melted butter because I'm not looking to build height on my cookies. Even when I make my chocolate brownies, which I'll have a recipe soon, I use melted butter. And by the way, isn't a brownie just a fat cake and a cake just a skinny cookie? Yeah, I know. These are the kinds of philosophical questions that keep me up at night. All right, and now it's time to add the sugar. As usual, I recommend using a digital scale, but I will leave cup measurements down below. I need 200 grams of white sugar, plus 200 grams of light brown sugar. And now you just want to mix it until it's thoroughly combined. So I'm just going to continue mixing this for a couple of minutes. And now it's time to drop in 2 large eggs. Now the reason why I don't want to crack eggs directly into this mixture is because what happens if one of the eggs are bad, right? You throw in a bad egg into this mixture, you've just wasted butter, sugar, and time. So that's why when you're doing bakery, it's really important to put in eggs with a different bowl. I'm just gonna mix 1 egg first before I toss in the last one. And then I need 2 teaspoons of good quality vanilla extract. Okay, so once it's at a really thick consistency, this is sort of kind of like molasses, is done. And it's time to add in the dry ingredients. So I like to use a mixture of bread flour and cake flour. For bread flour, I need 300 grams. And then for cake flour, I need 75 grams. And then I added 1 teaspoon of baking powder and also 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And here is 1 teaspoon of salt. And that's it for the dry ingredients, just mix it up. Now you can use 375 grams of all-purpose flour, it'll be perfectly fine. I just prefer bread flour and cake flour for the texture. Okay, so here's a very important key tip about mixing cookie dough. You don't want to overmix the batter. You just want to mix it just enough so that the whites of the flour disappears. And when it's all gone, stop. It is time to add chocolate chips. I need 2.5 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. You want to use the best chocolate chips that you can afford. And you just want to fold the chocolate chips into the cookie dough. All right, and that's that. Okay, all right, now that's finished. Now, I recommend that you refrigerate this dough at least overnight, But if you can't wait at least 2 or 3 hours, because it does take some time for the flavors to meld together. Plus, when you bake a cold cookie dough in the oven, it's better because it will take time to flatten out and the edges will become crispy and the inside will be very tender and nice and chewy. And that is one of the key tips for making a very nice chocolate chip cookie. But I already made some yesterday to give to some friends, so I'm gonna bake these off and show you how it looks. Okay, so preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and just spoon out a rough tablespoon and a half of cookie dough. Space them out about 2 inches apart because these will flatten out. This recipe makes approximately 24 cookies. Okay, and off to the oven we go. Okay, so here are my cookies. Check that out, my chocolate chip cookies. This is the perfect recipe for like a lazy weekend. As you saw, it was so easy to make. It literally took me maybe 30 minutes. So as you can see, you can make really delicious chocolate chip cookie at home. I have my coffee here, so let's try one of these out. I'm gonna choose this one. Take a look at it. It's got a nice little crunchy outside and the center feels nice and soft. Let's check it out. There you go. Look at that. This is a very tender crumb on the inside, and that's why I always say never over mix your dough and give it a taste. A very good butter is a way to go. And I like this recipe because it's more buttery than it is sweet. Because personally, I don't want to eat too much sweet, but I know this is dessert, so it's gotta be a little bit sweet, right? Okay everyone, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel and like what you see, please subscribe. And to all my current subscribers, thank you very much for joining me again. I hope to see you all again next time. Take care and goodbye.